Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those that this is like a really impromptu video, based purely on the fact that V3 might win a game. For those that are uninitiated in the channel, basically all except for one other person, V3 were my favorite team coming into the LGL Spring Split, but they then went and lost all 21 games of the Spring Split. And here they are playing Axes, and they actually look like they're going to win, which is why I feel like doing this video very, very quickly. I'm not going to pretend this has been a clean game. It's not. And I'm not going to pretend that Axes aren't one of the weakest teams in the league. They are. Um, but this could be really hype if V3 manage to win because they are all ex Academy. They replaced some really strong players on the old V3 roster. Um, so yeah, it could be quite cool. What will be interesting for me is to see if they can actually close it out without inting, because like you have the threat on the Axie side of a Ornn, Adazeri, and to a slightly, in my opinion, lesser extent, Azir as like a scale carry versus like a Camille. I don't know. I feel like V3 don't scale anywhere near as well. They're gonna get Soul, but it's not like a critical Soul. It's just a Cloud Soul. Um, yeah, it'd be interesting to see who wins this. It's been quite a long game as well, which sort of adds to like that scaling threat. There is quite a gap between the junglers, like Yellow Yoshi. Sorry, not Yellow Yoshi. Yellow Yoshi's jungler, whose name I can't actually see. Swamp is losing quite badly to Unica. He's 2 levels down. It's quite a heavy CS gap. But it's like, I don't know, it's quite interesting. Oh my god, I've just noticed that Azir and Zeri have insane CS. Jesus, Zeri has 520 CS. Over 100 ahead of Ezreal. Wow. Um, and yet they still have objective bounties. That's just crazy. Um, the gold's closing quite rapidly, actually. It'll be interesting to see, as I said, what happens. Isn't I thought Megumin was a top player. I just got to check this. I thought Megumin was a top player. Um, no, he's a mid laner. I'm just an idiot, apparently. Yeah, why am I thinking that? Yellow Yoshi was sick on the in the dumb what's it called? Janna top meta. That's a really big pick. That could be game. That'd be really sad if this is how V3 throw the only chance to win. Especially now I've made a video about it, and it's probably why they're gonna throw, right? Because I started a video like this is what happens with like teams I like. Like when I start watching G2 and they're in like a strong position, they throw. Like you know that Misfits 12k throw that they did at Elder. That was I started watching just before they threw that. So yeah, I'm a bit of a curse. Um, thing is though, Axes aren't fully like compounding this advantage. Um, they're allowing Washidai to split push, which is a bit weird. Like you can sort of force a bit. He's getting slapped though by Megumin. But yeah, it's a bit weird because Yu-Gi-Oh is going to come back. No, you're even allowing to take the red buff. They're starting the Baron, but it's a bit late really because like um because Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be back. But what's cool is last time V3 stole this really nicely, and they're actually like they're boxing them out quite nicely to stop that happening this time. Unic is oh, no, he's probably not dead. Why should I on the flank? But you have the freaking other one. I mean, it was a good idea, I guess, going for that flank when Yusho is going to be late. Um, I don't know. It's always going to be power and power recourse, or there's always likely to have power and power recourse. I think Xyz are going to win this because V3 are like seriously forcing quite hard. Whereas like Axes seem to be playing quite calm. They're being reactive, but not overly like forcing their reaction, I guess. Like they didn't just instantly TP the moment they saw Washidai flanking. Um, I guess that's quite nice. Yeah, it's interesting. I think V3 probably lose this game right now. If I had to be completely honest, The split push from Axis is going to come in and it's quite strong as well. The only advantage they got is that they still got the T2s in both top and bot. Rashidai's still split pushing, which I think is a bit weird when it's been proven that he can't split push into Megumin. It's just leaving their defense a lot harder, but he's going to keep trying to backdoor. But Megumin's just going to back, and now you're leaving them in a 4v4, and you're going to die probably to Megumin. Axis are quite effectively backing off and doing their job quite nicely. I just realized Zari doesn't have boots. I quite like that as like a thing, so you have 6 full items rather than boots, because boots just add movement speed. Um, but ooh, I don't know. When I say they just add movement speed, I don't mean they just add movement speed. I mean like their primary focus is movement speed, and then they add one other stat, which isn't that useful. Why should I just instantly, as soon as he realizes Megumin's there, he's forced to back off, but he's wasting so much freaking time by doing so. And what I mean by wasting time is he's not being proactive elsewhere on the map. I don't mean like um, there's a clock that they're on that that's ticking down, even though I do somewhat believe that, especially with the more items that Ornn gets on. Like Ornn already looks pretty sick. Is there going to be? I think I'm trying to work out whether there's going to be a fight over Elder. Like this is quite a decent back timing from V3, because it allows them to buy control wards and come back. But it's also like I think V3 are probably going to just in off this because Axes aren't going to back by the looks of things. They're just going to sit here and set up, which gives them a bit more priority into the river. And it means they can keep the lane going back a bit. The only advantage that I'd say V3 really have is the fact that they've got the super minion, but the super minions don't do much when you've got 4 players in the lane. And Washidai's just going to keep split pushing. I think this is really weird as a decision. I mean, he's got the prio, but Megumin has TP. Oh, they're going to push down mid. Okay, I kind of like this because they would lose the fight. Um, but they're not. They're just going to go for the steal. They're not going to fight. Unica's caught. They're dead. They lose this. It's really poor positioning from Unica there. He shouldn't have gone round through his own jungle. He should have come back out through mid lane. That would have been much better. And why they're going to probably collapse on Washidai here because Washidai doesn't win the 1v1 against Megan. Hetel's coming. This is definitely a desperation play from V3. And Swamp's definitely going to get the Elder Drake, which just means that V3 should have to back off. Maybe they can push the pressure on Swamp, but Swamp's in a good position to collapse on Dresscode or Hetel if he really wanted to, but he just chose not to, which is sensible, really, because you don't know what else is there. Washidai's continuing to go for this split push and this aggro split push. He's asking to be caught out, and he just means that they can go for Elder Drake because they know that someone's going to have to back. Unic is dead, and they know where Washidai is. So he's sort of just exposing his own team. Giving Elder Drake here is sensible in the sense that they can't get it, but if you try, you're not trying to steal it. You're not putting pressure on them, which means they're guaranteed to get it, and that means you're gonna have to back off for like the next however long it lasts. I can't ever remember the timings of things. 2 minutes. At least the Baron buff's gone, but they'll get Baron buff again for free, because they have the push because they have Elder buff, which means that V3 shouldn't contest them. What more is to say? It's quite sad, honestly, just seeing a team try and force one style because Washidai doesn't feel comfortable playing in the 5v5 or like baiting the 4v5, baiting the split push and then committing to a 5v5. I don't know. I was really hopeful V3 were going to win this as well. Finally get a win after 21 games. Should I continue to split push and again Megumin's the guy to react? Which just means again we're in another situation where V3 just win. Sorry, V3 just lose. Axis could just push this. They can just end here. Hetel's here to give support to Ashtar, But why should I? It's just dead, surely. That was a really nice Zonya. He's dead. And they're going to end. The Xyz are going to end here. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Unica can't hold. And that's really, really sad. They just kept committing to desperation plays, so it was inevitable that they were always going to lose the game. Um, I mean, at least it shows that they can be competitive, even if they are playing against a team that really sucked last split as well. I mean, it's a battle of the two teams that finished at the bottom last split, and they were able to show that they could be competitive against a team that won 5 games. But like when 5 of those games came against V3 well, 3 of those 5 games came against V3 last split, it's not really showing all that much. It's more just sort of like, I don't know. It's not impressive anyway. I guess that's all for it.